After Michael B. Jordan's surprise win at the SAG Awards, it's anybody's game now. So the nominees for Best Actor at this year's Oscars include the likes of Wagner Moura, Timothée Chalamet, Michael B. Jordan, Ethan Hawke, and the Leonardo DiCaprio. The earliest talk I remember about this award is right after One Battle entered the circulation of rave reviews, especially by one Steven Spielberg, that Leo was just a favorite. You know, he didn't need his makeup Oscar anymore. It was just out of him and his performance. But Marty Supreme entered the chat after a surprise screening at New York Film Festival, I think, and it was just met with rave reviews. So, for context, I'm a huge Safdie fan, but I wasn't totally sold on Marty after the first teaser. In fact, before the two of them released, I leaned towards The Smashing Machine as the potential better film. But Marty was met with the raviest of rave reviews, especially for Timothée Chalamet and his performance. I'll admit, when I first heard it, I wasn't keen on the idea of him winning. Not that I think I didn't want him to, but it was just a fault of realism. I didn't think that would really happen. Then came into release, and after an insane rollout and shaking all the hands he could in Hollywood, many believe Chalamet to be the favorite for this award, and he definitely was. He won the Golden Globe over DiCaprio, and a few other actors that were in circulation at this time, like Oscar Isaac, Jeremy Allen White, Dwayne Johnson, Jesse Plemons, Joel Edgerton, and George Clooney. Some of their movies did get nominated for Oscars, but, you know, they kind of just fell out of the circulation. And they got nominated for Golden Globes, but other than that, no. So Chalamet won the Golden Globe over DiCaprio, but maybe some people felt he was too far with literally baiting for an Oscar. Maybe the Academy isn't made for giving actors under 35 an Oscar, or they're just not used to it. Like the guy from I Swear won at the BAFTAs a few weeks later. It wasn't really revealing in the sense that Mr. I Swear was going to win, because the BAFTAs lean towards British films. It was more revealing in the sense that Chalamet didn't win. And a week later at the SAG Awards, Michael B. Jordan won. And talks about him winning the big one, the Oscar, started. I kind of feel like, maybe not because he was the best performance or deserved it from his long career, no. I think it was just kind of a process of elimination. Nothing against him. Like Wagner Moura, maybe there was a time he could win, only from elimination too, but it's too small a film. Same for Ethan Hawke. Blue Moon just wasn't seen enough. It's by far the smallest of all those Netflix original films. I'm not sure if it was, but otherwise, this would be his award. Like, it seems like the type of thing he'd win for, Ethan Hawke. I feel like people are realizing, like, Chalamet isn't the only star here. MBJ is here. And, you know, maybe, as I said, the people against Chalamet aren't voting him. Maybe people think that DiCaprio already has an Oscar. Some people are under the belief that once you get an Oscar, you gotta pass the torch. But I don't believe that. I think it's just whoever had the best performance this year. I'd like to look at it from an unbiased perspective. But yeah, so as people realize that Chalamet isn't the only young superstar we have, people are like, Michael B. Jordan exists, you know? Not that he wasn't getting love before, but after the SAG Award and him practically being the favorite for the Oscar now, people are just showering him with love, almost as much as Paul Dano after the Tarantino incident. But yeah, I think he's going to win. I thought it was going to be Chalamet for a while. I thought it was going to be Ethan Hawke at one point. I was really confident about that. I did think Wagner Moura for maybe like a few minutes. I thought that, but no. I think it's going to be Michael B. Jordan. There's a chance it's Chalamet. Maybe not enough people like have changed their mind. But there's a chance that DiCaprio is the least favorite. In my opinion, out of all of the nominees, I think Leonardo DiCaprio had the best performance between you and me. He came second in my top 10 actors of 2025 video. And I'm putting out my videos now for the Top Star Awards. I did Best Actor, Best Actress, Supporting Actor, Actress, Score, Needle Drop, and I'm going to do Scene and Movie soon. I also did Screenplay. But yeah, Joel Edgerton won that, but DiCaprio came in second. I thought it was a great physical, comedic, also at times just a great drama performance, you know? It's unconventional for the Oscars, yeah, but he's Leonardo DiCaprio. Even if he wasn't, I still think it's a great performance. But those are just my thoughts. I'm rambling. So if Sinners isn't going to win Best Picture, which I want to make another video about that, if it's going to win Original Screenplay, it's not going to win Director. It's probably not going to win any of the costume. I think it had the best costumes of the year, but Frankenstein, I'm predicting it for all of those. But if Sinners isn't going to get Best Supporting Actor or Actress, which it might get Actress, but give it this. It needs something. It needs something if it's not going to win Best Picture. But that's just me. I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win. Comment below who you think is the most likely to win and the least likely.